So today's superfood, this super morning is, you can see it. Yes, it's jaggery. And do you think everybody likes it or not? Yes. Superfood super mornings. Today's superfood for Varalakshmi Puja, especially for the day, especially for the occasion, is jaggery. And jaggery is one of my favorite food. And I call it superfood because it's definitely better than white sugar. And on earth, nobody can stay without sugar. So, some sweetener for that matter. So, as a sweetener, jaggery is extremely tasty and it gives that kick and punch with an additional added benefits. So we talk all about jaggery today. When I was very small, we had in fact sugarcane growing in our fields, and then we used to see those huge furnaces kept, and those thick iron vessels, the wide ones, but shallow and wide vessels. And the sugarcane juice used to be extracted, filtered, and on that furnace, on in that kadai, the huge iron kadai, they used to boil sugarcane to an extent that they keep boiling, and they used to remove the impurities of the sugarcane and the precipitates of the sugarcane juice by adding lime to it. And then when the scum used to come, they used to remove the scum, and the concentrated sugarcane juice, they used to put a pot of water and put little bit of juice and see whether it is forming a lump or not inside water. So this is how they used to check the caramelization of sugarcane concentrate. And then once the stage comes in, they used to put it aside, and when it used to cool down, they used to put in different kinds of molds. And this is little bit about sugarcane juice concentrate, that's jaggery. And then there are very specific places where they make jaggery, like Muzaffarnagar in UP, Anakapalli in Andhra Pradesh, Kolhapur in Maharashtra, and Mandya in Karnataka. Very famous for jaggery. And then world's 70% of jaggery is made in India. Not only do we make jaggery out of sugarcane juice, we even use date syrup. We even use toddy palms to make jaggery, and also at places coconut sap also to make jaggery. So we have different names of jaggery, like panela in Latin America, piloncillo in Mexico, Moscovados in British and Portuguese cuisine, Sunkaramugu in Kenya, and Lula Mekala in Malaysia, and Namantan Thadore in Thai. There's so many different names for the same, approximately the same jaggery that we eat. And it's 50 to 60% or 70% sugar, I mean sucrose, and then 20% of invert sugars, so 20% of moisture, and rest is fiber, wood ash, proteins, and bagasse fiber. So the golden hue, okay, you can see two different types of jaggery here. This is the little brownish one, and this is the golden one that I have. I have a golden one of piece, wherein I have powdered it for today's puja, so that we make payasam out of it. And this is one type of jaggery. I definitely use organic jaggery and do not use until and unless I know the source and quality. So source for me is very important. Who's making the jaggery, where it is made, and how it is made is important. And I usually prefer organic jaggery, especially made in and around somewhere locally, so that we know the farmer is not using any pesticides or chemicals, or any other fertilizers. And then the making process is supervised by people so that they give genuine output. And we use jaggery traditionally for so many products. And then we have it's used as a sweet and also in savory dishes. Yes, we also use jaggery to balance the sourness of curries and also to balance the uh, what do you call, the spice in the curries. So just like how we add it to the rasam, sambars, and curries, it is extremely useful both as a sweet and also as a, an agent to balance the sourness and the spices. And especially at Ugadi, we have the sweet, sour, salty, tangy, spicy, and bitter chutney, wherein jaggery is one of the component of it. And these flavors indicate happiness, disgust, fear, surprise, anger, and sadness, which are there in our life for the rest of the life, for the rest of the year. So jaggery as such is so tasty that it gives enhanced flavor to anything and everything that we cook with it. And we have another form called molasses, which is a byproduct of jaggery production. It has got a little more of minerals added to it, and that is also used in lot of places where it is used for making the pongal rice, the rice variety of the sweet, traditional sweet that they make. There they use molasses, and we use jaggery to make laddus out of peanuts, out of till, out of anything and everything that binds together to form either chicky or either you know we even make laddus out of it. And there are traditional dishes that we make out of jaggery, like the puran poli, the ariselu that we make here around in Andhra Pradesh, and then adirasam, and puffed rice balls are very tasty to eat when you mixed rice jaggery syrup at the right consistency of caramelization. We add the puffed rice and mix it and make it into balls. Kids just love it, and it's nutritious, low calorie because of puff balls. And then the jaggery adds to the flavor, wherein they will eat it as snacks. So it's important what you give to kids as snacks. Rather than giving chips and packed food and all that, if you give this kind of rice balls with jaggery or anything that is made out of jaggery, and either it can be coconut, which you can caramelize and make chocolates, or you can make it with peanut or till or anything. They would love the taste because it tastes sweet, and also they all eat the other protein associated with it rather than eating empty calories in the form of chips. So, and there are places where they give just coriander seeds and jaggery uh, to to as a part of engagement. So this happens in Gujarat, where they just give jaggery and coriander seeds, and they say that this couple is getting engaged, and that is one of their tradition, because they feel that this they give so much of importance to jaggery. There locally also they eat so much of jaggery, even in their curries, and even in their savories and sweets there is so much of jaggery in that. And even in Ram Navami, where we celebrate the birthday of Rama, and then the Kalyanam or Mahotsav happens, there also they give this panakam of jaggery along with pepper, and it is extremely good and apt for the season, and it's a very good cooling agent. You make a lot of beverages with jaggery, and wherever possible, there are places where they make tea also with jaggery, wherein they love the taste of jaggery, and it is more better than using free sugar. And when you have to talk about breakfast, jaggery with beaten rice is also eaten at places as breakfast, what we call as atukulu, that is beaten rice and jaggery combination. If you eat, it's one of the healthiest breakfast, and it gives a lot of energy in the morning. And there are places like Bengal where they make coconut milk and jaggery laddus, which are called pita. And then Assam, there is the chakla chai that I had when I went to Assam area. That is specially made out of tea and the jaggery. And there are so many other dishes like toffees made of jaggery, palm wine made of jaggery. The jaggery is used for dyeing of fabrics. Jaggery is also used at places to have hookahs. So that's another new thing that I found out. And there were places somewhere in east, far east there, where they had this jaggery hookahs that they used to use. And then if we have to talk about the energy content, yeah, 100 grams of jaggery gives about 383 calories. Sucrose is 65 to 85% in it. It is gluten free. And then obviously, and it's the fructose content is about 10 to 15 grams, especially the glucose and fructose content. The protein is zero point 0.4, the fat is 0.9, and there are loaded vitamins and minerals that are added. You have iron in it, about 11 milligrams of iron. You have magnesium, you have potassium, you have manganese, you have B vitamin, you have minerals, you have calcium, zinc, phosphorus, copper, and selenium. You know, selenium and zinc are powerful antioxidants, and they have a role in fighting mechanism of the body. So whichever item. Now, after vitamin D, I just yesterday heard Dr. Parag, our chief pediatrician, the in charge of the clinical director of PICU, talking about selenium. So selenium is the next level vitamin after vitamin D, which is a potent antioxidant, which is definitely useful, and it's coming in the forefront. So jaggery is one of the most loaded form of selenium and zinc. So it helps in immunity, and it helps in fighting mechanism, especially it recharges the mitochondria, and it enhances the potential of your body to fight against infections. So if you have to talk about jaggery, molasses is another byproduct that comes out of sugar production, that is even more better in terms of nutritional quality, because molasses has a lot of minerals in it. But jaggery also has a lot of benefits. I will talk about the benefits of jaggery, but then as usual, we talk about disadvantages so that we will have an edge over knowing the right things, and then what we have to follow is the next. So when we have to talk about disadvantages, whatever said and done, jaggery is sugar, and you should have it in moderation, and any sugar that you overeat or over have has lots of other implications. So it's very important that jaggery is taken in moderation, and also you have to keep it in your mind that all the added advantage that comes with the intake of jaggery substituted with sugar, as a substitute of sugar, instead of where you use sugar, if you use jaggery, it's really good. And there is no question of overeating anything in moderation is beneficial. Anything in excess has lots of disadvantages, because it has got high calories, it causes obesity, it causes cardiac problems, type 2 diabetes, doesn't control if you take a lot of jaggery. So everything in moderation is important. And when you have to talk about benefits of jaggery, it is important that the benefits are definitely there when you take good quality jaggery. Jaggery should be, it should not be very light in color where they use a lot of bleaching agents, and that's absolutely not correct. This is the right color. Even there are darker forms of jaggery. It depends on the location and place where it is made gives you that color. The golden color is one of the best forms of jaggery. This I usually rely on organic foods. So I think this is from Daman Organics, and the powder is from 24 Mantra. And jaggery has very good potential if you take uncontaminated. That's very important. Then the take home message is to take good quality of jaggery. And when we have to talk about the benefits of jaggery, the first and foremost is it helps in digestive health. Yes, once there are so many social situations where they eat jaggery immediately after meal, because they feel that it helps in digestion. It also increases the bowel movement and activates the digestive enzymes which help in digestion of food. And not only this, people with constipation, because of this enhanced digestive capacity, and also stimulation of bowel movement, the constipation is relieved. So they feel that this aspect is very helpful. That's why after every lunch and dinner they have a small piece of jaggery in so many communities, and it is supposed to be a blood purifier. Yes, there is so much of the Ayurveda says it is one of the best blood purifier. And not only that, we have so many aspects of iron that is there in jaggery, which when you combine with peanut or till or anything, that's protein, and this is iron, and that is sweetness you eat because of that sweetness, and the protein also gets absorbed, and iron also is definitely going to help you. So this is another aspect of it. It's a blood purifier, and it's a natural body cleanser is what they say. And the increased immune function that it has comes from the selenium and zinc, of course. And also it is added to various tonics and for the treatment of many ailments. And it's very important that you see cultural association of jaggery. There are people, when you have cold, cough, flu, or you have the flu season, they give jaggery both for prevention and treatment for flu and flu-like symptoms. They feel that it helps aid the body heal, and also its role in anemia prevention is anyways there because of its iron content and the combination protein that it gives along with the peanuts or chicky or laddu or anything that is made along with it. So anemia is also one of the major factor playing in India. For me, as an obstetrician, to treat anemia is really difficult at times. And in my OPD, I give them a very small suggestion that have peanut chicky. Peanut chicky made of good jaggery will give you both protein and iron, and the calories that is required for pregnant women, for preconception, or lactating mothers, or children with anemia, or anybody in the house who are prone for anemia. So that is one of the most common available, easy to go, easy made product in anybody's house. So that's really important that we give them the tips in such a way that they're practically possible. Practically not possible, definitely it will not work. So even if you can't make it as a chicky, you eat peanuts, a handful of peanuts and a small piece of jaggery. It helps in the same way. It gives extremely good health, and also so many advantages. And there are places where the makke ki roti is had with ghee, and only the good that is served with it. That also tastes very good, and it's usually a dish of the winters. So when I last time when I went to Manali, we were crossing Chandigarh, and we had this makke ki roti with good and ghee. Absolutely tasty and out of the world, and it definitely gives that heat to the body. And also it has a lots of beneficial effects on the respiratory tract, the lungs, intestine, stomach, and food pipe. So because of its body cleansing action, because of its potential, definitely this is one of the best way to include it in the diet. And there is one tip for menstrual pains and premenstrual symptoms of heaviness, water retention, abdominal pain, and all these things. Jaggery is one of the best product that Ayurveda has given, and our kitchen has given us to get relieved from menstrual cramps, and also the premenopausal and premenstrual and the perimenopausal symptoms. So jaggery relieves menstrual pains and also premenstrual symptoms of jitteriness and all that. So the water retention, all these things, jaggery is a very good agent to prevent these. So this is a small tip for today. And it actually decreases blood pressure because it works against the acidity in the body. Yes, jaggery is supposed to be alkaline, and then it acts against the acidity in the body, so that prevents or decreases the hypertension that people have and keep taking and antihypertensives. And this is one of the small thing that you can do, a small piece of jaggery, and it keeps your hypertension well under control. And as I have told you, it is used for prevention of respiratory symptoms. It decreases joint pains when you take it with ginger and milk. And then it helps in weight loss. Yes, because if you eat junk, that is definitely going to give you weight gain. But if you eat things made of jaggery, which is high in potassium, it causes electrolyte balance, increases the muscle mass because of the potassium in it, and also increases the metabolism. Whenever there is increase in metabolism, there is definitely uh, you know burning of calories, and it decreases the water retention in the body. So when the water retention in the body is decreased, the metabolism is also increased. There is increase in the muscle that happens when you take moderate amounts of jaggery, and also it plays a role in electrolyte balance. And jaggery is one thing that gives sustained energy, because whenever you take sugar, it's like dumping. You have sugar rush, you have sugar fall, and whenever you take sugar you feel high, and then after some time you feel low because the sugar is all done in the body. So this sugar rush is prevented by slow releasing jaggery, releasing calories by jaggery. So these are so many advantages of jaggery. You call bellam in Telugu, you call vellam in Tamil, we call shakara in Kerala, we call bella in Kannada, we call gul in Maharashtra. There are so many names to it, and there are so many of my favorite dishes like arisalu, pongal, adirasam, puffed rice balls, puran poli, all these things, and are really very tasty to eat. Indian food is a very healthy combination of food in terms of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And whenever we add, even in curries, we add in moderation amounts of jaggery in the pulusu that we make with either the colocasia, or we make pulusu with eggs also at times, and we make pulusu with onions also. In that, when you put lot of tamarind, you put little bit of jaggery to break the flavor, and it enhances the flavor. In a similar way, we whenever the food is very spicy, we balance it with jaggery. So it's an age-old superfood. It is very healthy if you take it in moderation, and also it is more specific to Indian and Southeast Asian region. And the color is extraordinary. It gives very good hue to the food whatever we eat. And jaggery is extremely tasty, and definitely to be included in your diet.